Hi, my name is Alan Mzungu. I'm a lawyer at MMS Advocates LLP. Today I'm here to talk to you about liquidation. My colleague Ndirangu will get me questions so that we can discuss. Welcome, Ndirangu.
Thank you, Alan. So, what is a liquidation?
Liquidation is what you will call the final journey for a company. This is where the company has gotten to the end of its life. It means the company now is not able to continue trading as it used to, and the court will order that it sells its assets to pay off whatever liability it has, and thereafter it is closed. So this is a last resort, and normally it is taken very seriously when someone puts that application.
Okay. So who can apply for liquidation?
There are various categories of liquidation. I'll look at them as one which is forced, where the company is taken without itself volunteering to court so that the court orders its liquidation. And there's one which is voluntary. So I'll do away with voluntary because that's really quick and easy. Voluntary is where the company has met its objectives and the members out of their own will feel that now it should be liquidated, where they sell off its assets to pay whatever liability is there, and everyone moves on with their lives. And this is not because there are debts or it has struggles or it has any issues, but because now it's met its purpose and there's no need for it to exist anymore. The other one is where the company is forced to be liquidated. And this is by different classes of people. One is, and most commonly, is by creditors, where the creditors feel that the company is not able to meet its obligations as and when they fall due. So they go to court to seek that remedy so the company can pay them from its assets. And two, you have members. These are minority shareholders who may not have enough votes to push through a voluntary liquidation, but still feel that the company, for whatever reason, should not carry on its affairs and wish the court will declare that it's liquidated. And three, the directors themselves can go to court based on their own assessment and say that because of the condition of the company and the value of assets is not as much as the value of debts, and the company may not be able to get to a place where it can trade normally, to ask the court to liquidate it.
Okay. So what are the considerations that a court will make before issuing a liquidation order against a company?
Now, given that a liquidation order is, like I say, a final order, there's no coming back from that. After that, the company is basically closed and you can never come back to trade. So the court normally takes this seriously, and the law provides that it must be the last resort. So first, the court has to be satisfied that the person applying and the company in its response have convinced the court that there is no other way that the company can be salvaged. All options which were there have been tried, and that this is the only one, and then the court may give the order to put the company at a liquidation. Also, as the court considers that, it will look at several tests. One of them is the net asset value test, where the court looks at all the assets for the company and all the liabilities for the company. And if the liabilities far outweigh the assets, then the court may order liquidation. The court also will look at the solvency test, and this is where the directors themselves make a statement to the court to say, from their opinion, whether they feel the company can continue to trade and can meet its obligations if given time, or if allowed another alternative. So those are the two major tests that the court considers.
Okay, so what are the effects of a company being liquidated?
As I started by saying, a company being put under liquidation is the journey to the end. So the effect is that, one, the directors do not have powers to deal or to make decisions for the company anymore. The liquidator, once appointed, they now take over, and their main goal is to sell the assets of the company and to settle liabilities which the company has. So first, the company directors do not have powers to deal with the company like they used to anymore. They cease to have any power to make any decision on behalf of the company. A liquidator is appointed, and the liquidator's main job is to realize the assets of the company to settle the liabilities which the company has. Second, creditors cannot sue the company without permission of the court, or anyone else for that matter cannot sue the company without permission of the court. And if they do and that proceeds, any order which comes of that process is void. Third, the company cannot sue also without permission of the court. And if any proceedings go ahead and any order comes out of that, it is also void. Fourth, the company now goes into the place where it's now actually sells off its assets, and that becomes the final journey for the company. And when the assets have been sold and the liabilities which could be settled have been settled, then the liquidator gives a report to the court, and eventually the company is now wound up and does not exist anymore.
Okay. Thank you, Alan. That will be all for today.
All right.